Good morning, stamping friends. It's Monday, the day after Mother's Day, and I hope everybody had a great Mother's Day weekend. We sure did, and it was nice to just totally chill out and be lazy. So that sometimes we all need that in our life, don't we? So I'll chit-chat for a minute or two and wait for some people to get online. So today we're going to use Nature's Prints. It's been so hard to not use this stamp set before the catalog went live because I really, really love it. And it's so pretty. And the paper's stunning also. So lots of things that I just wanted to play with. So, the new catalog is live. We have all our new in colors. We have the joining promotion, the starter kit promotion, where you can still get your $125 worth of products for $99, plus you get a huge variety of in-color products to go along with it. And that's about a $69 value. So for for $99, you're getting about $190 worth of product. And it's always free shipping with the starter kit. There's no obligation to sell. There's no obligation to have a party. You can just shop from yourself until you're tired of shopping from yourself, and then you just drop and nobody comes after you. So it's kind of nice. It's a good bargain. I told somebody it's like a no-brainer. So with this paper, let's get started. We have some people joining us and we don't want to take their time. This paper is called Nature's Prints, I believe. No, it's called Sun Prints, and the stamp set is called Nature's Prints. And actually, when I was looking at this morning, these are called, make sure I'm saying, cyanotypes. And a cyanotype is you use a special kind of paper that's blue, and you lay the botanical elements on it, and you put it out in the sun, and the sun will, I don't think the paper is blue when you get it. I think when you put it out in the sun, then it turns blue, but where the botanical elements are, it stays white. So that's how, I guess they probably made these prints. And so this is called a cyanotype. If you have grandchildren, that might be something fun to do, is to get this specialty paper and create your own, because it doesn't have to be, needless to say, it doesn't have to be a botanical element. It could be shapes they cut out or something like that. It'd be a fun summer experiment. So this one is perfect for framing if you wanted to hang something in your craft room. And the back is just blue skies. Perfect for lots of things. More just botanical elements. Then the back side of a couple of these come in a crumb cake color also. You've seen, this is like paint splatters, and then on the back it's some stripes. This kind of reminds me of dandelion, wish flower or blossoms, and then some other things. This has some type kind of in the background, and then crumb cake color. There's some ferns, branches in the crumb cake color, and then the back, this is just some like almost animal print, isn't it? More ferns. Oh, and this one, that's pretty. also kind of makes me think of the book where the crawdads sing, and she had her botanical drawings in her journal. If you've not read that book, you should. And it's going to be a movie, I think, that comes out sometime this summer. So the book is, I'm sure, always better than the movie, but I'll be anxious to see it also. So we're going to do some heat embossing. Have not done that recently. And some plain stamping. We're going to make 2 cards, one fairly simple, and then one with some heat, some layering. They both have heat embossing, but so let's get started. Part of this bundle, you also get dies, matching dies for some of the botanical elements, and a nice little frame die. I'm going to use this one, and I don't think we'll use any of the others, just this one today. And another part of this bundle, if you buy the suite, is this Fern embossing folder. And it is so pretty. It's one of the 3D kind of embossing folders. So we're going to run this through the cut and emboss machine. We need our gray plate for that. Move some of the others out of the way. Hi Kay, thanks for joining me this morning, or afternoon for you, I guess. Early afternoon. And we'll put our plates back because we're going to need those for die cutting. Go ahead and get that set up. Now here's our embossed piece. I thought about later, wonder what this would look like with the pearlescent paper. We'll try that another time, but here's our embossed ferns. Aren't they gorgeous? You could ink that embossing folder and get a really nice look also. So we're going to go ahead and mount this on our card base. This is 4 1/4 by 11. Scored at 5 1/2. And I went ahead and pre-cut some foam strips because I want it raised. Yeah, I want this to be the front. So I just put these in my trimmer. I don't really measure, I just chop. So if you're a little more particular, you can measure your strips. And then this we'll have to cut in half. This way we'll just have our card started and we can go ahead and do some stamping. Go ahead and mount this. You could do it either direction, but I think the ferns facing up, this one, big one facing up, is probably the prettiest direction. Now, I wanted to use some of the new in color, even though this paper is coordinates with Night of Navy. But what we're going to do today with this one, we're going to stamp, so we can stamp with this color and it'll coordinate with it, because we're only using a tiny bit of the paper. And on this particular card, so we're going to stamp this thing. It's not ginkgo leaves, but it's something similar. Need to do some research as to what plant this. Oh, I know, it's maybe a wood fern. What? I don't know. But this is done with Starry Sky. Isn't that so pretty? I love this new color, Starry Sky. I love white on white too, Sandy. Or ivory on ivory. I just like the tone on tone. Yeah. So we want to line this up the best we can. Get that stem going. There we go. We'll go ahead and put some Post-it tape on there. And we'll run this through. And I believe almost all of the dies from this set will fit through the mini cut and emboss. The one background wreath one might be a tight squeeze, so I'm not sure. So we're going to put this on our card here, but we need a sentiment. So I'm taking some Starry Sky, yeah, and we're going to heat emboss this with white. So we'll put use our embossing buddy, and then we'll use Versamark. Now Versamark is a clear, sticky ink, I guess, and it will melt our embossing powder. And this says, "You're on my mind. I'm always thinking of you, get well, sympathy, and birthday." Those are probably my most common cards. Now we will sprinkle some white embossing powder. Kind of looks ivory to me, but I guess it's okay. And we'll brush all the extra off. We don't want any dots showing up, but you can just, sometimes I get a little paintbrush, brush those off, but I think my fingers are working fine today. And cover up your ears. And once you see that your embossing is shiny, you need to quit, because if you can overcook it, and then then you have a mess if you overcook it. I should have left that alone. Oh, there we go. I didn't think that was... Now we're going to cut this. We have these new stylish shapes. I'm in love with them. Circles, squares, some banners, and they're stitched. I've been missing my stitched squares, so it's nice to have something back. And we'll run this through the cut and emboss machine. Now we have our little sentiment here, but we're going to do a little more decorating. So I have a piece of the DSP, just the stripes. So even though it's Night of Navy, you don't really realize it because it's so small. But I wanted a pop of color. So I'm thinking about adding some of the Parakeet Party, just a touch. Because it looks so pretty with this blue. So I need to trim that. Because I only want a tiny little bit showing. And I'm pretty sure we don't need maybe about 3.5 inches. Doesn't need to be the whole width of the card. Go ahead and sometimes it's fun to just have a surprise color pop. And that's what we're going to have right there, just a touch. Not that much. And I think the easiest thing would be to put this on with Tombow so that I can slide it if I need to. Ooh, there's one of the feet from my trimmer. I have to put it back in the trimmer. And let's just a touch of green. Looks like I need to cut that. Must not be a very good measurer today. Measurer. So we're about ready here. We'll put this on. I'm not going to use dimensionals on this. It's going to lay flat. And we'll put this on with dimensionals. Oh, just think we have some Parakeet Party bling. Maybe we can add that to our card. Just about centered. Yeah, that looks good enough. Wasn't sure if I wanted it up higher or not. Now we're going to put this here, but we only want dimensionals at the top and the bottom so it will straddle our raised piece. And we could put just a tiny bit of Tombow there to hold it. Now let's see, we've got In Color Bling. Not sure if it'll work, but we'll see. Oh, In Color Opal. Well, that Peacock Party's not very... Oh, this is last 21. I need the 22. That one. Yeah. Oh, how cute that's going to be to have some peacock on there. Just a touch. I'm still learning all these new colors and the names of them. So we'll pick one large one and one small one. That's nice, simple, clean. I like it. And it didn't take very long at all, did it? Of course, we had our paper cut ahead of time. But once you get sometimes you can go ahead and cut card fronts and have them all ready for when you're ready to create a card. I love the green. All right, let's try another one. This time we're going to use one of the Cyanotypes, and we're going to use the Night of Navy. I don't want to put it on my card front yet because I want to do some stamping, and I want to put a ribbon on it. I think I'm going to put a ribbon on it. So the first thing we're going to do is cut a stitched rectangle of white. And we'll run this through. I like the Parakeet Party too. I pulled out Sweet Sorbet. I think the Parakeet Party is a much better pop of color. I think interior designers always say you need a pop of color. And so that was what we did. And now we'll go ahead and get this ready. I had started thinking I'd do this card this way, but it kind of covers up so much of the pretty paper. I'm gonna do it this way, and then we have a nice, much larger area of the pretty paper. Now we're gonna stamp, we're gonna heat emboss again. So we need our embossing buddy. If you don't own an embossing buddy, you can get one at a big box store, craft store, or you can take just a piece of t-shirt, wrap it up with some cornstarch. Some people say to use a baby sock, if I had a baby sock. And make your own, but it's nice to have the store-bought one, I guess. So we're going to do the Fern today. We're going to do it with white again. We want to leave enough room to cut this out with the stitched rectangle. That fern is so pretty. You know, stamping this here, just in making a background with Versamark, would be a pretty background. You know, you can, or just stamping Night of Navy on top of Night of Navy. Make your own designer paper. So many techniques that we forget to pull out of our wheelhouse. But that sure gives me an idea for making my own backgrounds. All right, we'll heat emboss this again. And we'll watch it get shiny. I have a few little specks on this one, but I think that's okay because of it kind of goes with the paper. And yeah, that worked well. Now we need the smaller stitch rectangle. We'll run that through. I've got dies everywhere. So now we'll just layer this on. And I think what I'll do is put this on with dimensionals and let the white be flat. And since I have another extra piece of this foam, we'll use it. Oop, not quite. Put that in the middle. Just cleaned my scissors this morning, and here they'll be sticky again if I'm not careful. It won't stick if I don't pull the back off. Sometimes, you know, you don't have to have everything popped up or dimensionals, but I think it adds a little interest. It adds some depth to your card. Okay. All right, now we're going to put this on here, but we're going to use some of the Starry Night ribbon. Even though it's Starry Night, I think it looks pretty with the Night of Navy. It's a good blue. But I need a sentiment first, and I want to make sure I can layer everything here. So I pulled out, I wanted this to be a thinking of you card. So I pulled this one out from, what's that? Nature's Harvest. Sending healing thoughts, may nature's beauty bring peace to your soul. I think that's perfect. But this is a little bit too wide. We'll trim it down just some. Let's see, I think it can get by with being 1/2. We'll see. Of course, that also means I have to stamp straight. But we can always change. Oh, it's tight, but we'll see. We'll stamp this with Night of Navy. Get that Versamark out of here. Let's see if I should practice this on a scrap piece. That stamp's so nice and crisp for such tiny words. It's amazing. I'm always thrilled when something comes out pretty good. So let's just see if we can't. We'll just trim this way. Okay, now if we put this here, we let this overlap here. I think we can put the ribbon that way. And you know what? I'm going to do this ribbon with glue dots here. Remember the copper we had like this? You can stretch this out and make it fatter. So if you want your ribbon to have a little more texture to it, this one works like that. And it comes in all the in colors. The only one I question is the Sweet Sorbet is kind of pink. But it's still beautiful ribbon, so we'll use it for something. We can move this if we need to. But now I'm thinking, see, we could just do a faux bow here, not a big fancy bow. And then it won't take up quite so much room. And we'll be able to fray the edges if we want to. Now let's see what happens when we put this on here. Yeah, that'll be nice. So we're just going to glue this one down. Since the ribbon is there, I'm going to use tear and tape. Thanks for hanging in here with me, guys. I don't usually do 2 cards, but I thought today deserved 2. Or you deserved 2. And that's fine. I needed both of these cards today for some. They will be going in the mail pretty quick. Let's trim these. They're too long, and then we'll fray them when we get our card front. So we'll go ahead and put this on a Night of Navy card base. But we've used every kind of adhesive we own here today. Dimensionals, dots, Tombow, tear and tape. It's always good to have a stash going. Now since this is up, we'll only put dimensionals down here on this end. So it won't be wonky. And we'll put a little drop of Tombow on there. Aren't these blues pretty? Blue is my favorite color. I usually go for teal, but it's still in the blue family. And Tahitian Tide, oh my goodness, that's so pretty. All right, we need bling here. I'm thinking white. So let's see what we own. Are they opals? Those are kind of big. Don't want too big. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. They're drilling in this basement again today. I'm sure you can hear it. I could do basic pearls. I want something a little more earthy. I was looking at the sea glass. Let's use elegant gems. Mainly because I can't find my sea glass. I think the clear. So we'll put a couple there. That looks add nice little shine. Oh, let's shred this. That's still too long. Just want a little bit. Toothpick, if you want to shred that, should work pretty good. And then I like that. Okay, so we've made 2 blue cards. We're not singing the blues, we're just enjoying the blues today. With our new Nature Prints DSP and Nature Prints, Sun Prints DSP Nature Prints stamps. And we learned a new word today, cyanotype. That's this kind of how they made this paper. So thanks for joining me today. Oh, look, I pulled out my practice one. We made one with, I like it better with the peacock. But I did make one with a little strip of silver. It's a little calmer, but I like this one. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll be back Wednesday. You never know what we'll be doing, but we'll find something fun to get in trouble with, and I hope you'll join me. See you Wednesday night. Bye.